I know a lot of people who are always seem to be struggling with money. Something that's really common across the people I know who always struggle with money is that they seem to spend a lot of their time doing stuff that causes them to struggle more with money. This is a point I can illustrate with a story from my own past. So about 10 years ago, I was waiting in line. It was a grand opening of this ice cream shop. And my girlfriend at the time really wanted to go get this free ice cream cone. Since it was the grand opening, they were offering everybody that day one free ice cream cone. And so there I was with my girlfriend and about 100 other people standing in line, waiting an hour to get a $3 ice cream cone. And while I'm waiting in line, I'm standing there reading this book called The Millionaire Fast Lane by MJ DeMarco. If you haven't heard of it, check it out. And MJ talks a lot about time versus money and how people with money value time a lot more than they value money. And back then I didn't have any money, so I was like, what the hell is he talking about? I have lots of time, I have no money. But I was standing there and I couldn't help but notice that here I was spending an hour to get a $3 ice cream cone. When there's an ice cream shop across the street, I could just go get an ice cream cone for $3. So I was literally standing there valuing my time at $3 an hour. And if I value my time at $3 an hour, why shouldn't anybody else value my time at $3 an hour? So most likely, if you struggle with money, you're in this conundrum. Your values are switched. And I can illustrate this even more by telling a little story about a dude in prison. So imagine there's a guy in prison and he's sick. He's got cancer, he's bedridden, he's in pain all day, he hates his life. So he's in prison, so he doesn't have his freedom. But he also is sick as hell, so he doesn't have his health. He's got lots of time, but he can't do anything with it. And he has no use for money because he's in jail. Right now, he doesn't care about any of this stuff. All he cares about is his health. You could let him out of jail today, it doesn't matter. He's still stuck in bed. He still feels like crap. He can't do anything. And so for this reason, health is kind of like the base value. If you're alive, like whether you realize it or not, health is the most important thing to you. And oftentimes you don't realize it until you're really sick. When you get the flu and you're stuck in bed, and you'd usually give anything to just not be sick anymore. And so let's take this guy. He's in jail. He's sick. 6 months goes by. He recovers. He doesn't have cancer anymore. He's feeling great. He's got his health back. Now all he does is sit around and think about how he's stuck in jail. He can't get out. He doesn't really care about time or money right now. He's got all the time in the world. He has no need for money, but he's got no freedom. So all he cares about is getting out. Another 6 months goes by. He's out of jail and he's got his freedom back. So now he's got time and he's got no money. So this is the part where a lot of us get stuck, is like, well, I've got time, I have no money, therefore money's more valuable. But this guy learned this lesson a long time ago. He used to make a lot of money, that's why he went to jail, he did some shady stuff. And so he gets out, but he already knows that time is more valuable than money. So when he goes out and looks for ways to make money, his first thought is, who will pay me by the hour to do something? He's like, screw that, I'm not selling my time, I'm gonna find other ways to do it. Let's say he starts a trade business, he finds a client, he hires some guys, and he gets a few guys working for him. They're over here building a job, he's finding the next job. And after another 6 months goes by and he's got some money in the bank. And he's got more money than he needs. The next limiting resource is time. And this is the lesson that most people, myself included, don't learn until they figured the money thing out. You know, I was standing in line waiting for a $3 ice cream cone. Another time I drove around for half a day to save $100 on a tool. So I saved $100, I spent 5 hours doing it, that's $20 an hour, while I could have been on the job making $50 an hour. I just wasn't thinking about it. Society and my whole life had always taught me that money is the most scarce resource and that I should do everything I can to get as much money, including sacrifice all of my time. And that's why I don't like jobs. That's like why I don't work a job anymore. I'm a business person. I figure out how to make money independent of my time. And I will do everything I can to never go back, because if I'm earning a wage by the hour, I will never be able to put more hours in. I'm severely limited by the amount of time I have. Everybody is. And so some people won't believe me that money is more important than time or more valuable than time. But just do this experiment. Close your eyes for a second. Okay, now open your eyes and look around. No matter where you are, you can probably not find one thing around you that money did not change hands to be there. The sidewalk outside, the tree that's planted in your front yard, the siding on your house, the car, the gas in the car, the food, and like every single thing around you, money changed hands in order to be there. Money's everywhere. Money's pretty much infinite right now. The central banks are literally creating money out of nowhere. Like, it's just unlimited. So if you can get it through your head, like I did, very slowly and painfully, that money is everywhere and that it's not scarce, it's actually abundant, it's actually everywhere. And all you have to do is understand how money moves around in order to put yourself in the right positions to get it. You can start to figure out the money issue and start to buy your time back. You've probably heard that before. Business gurus always like to say, like, once you make money, buy your time back. And that's because once you have money, the only limiting things you have are time, freedom, and health. And hopefully you've got your freedom and your health so you can just focus on the time thing and spend your time doing the things that are valuable to you instead of trading it for money, which is pretty much an unlimited resource.